Garmin BaseCamp once again, older version 425, because I am in my virtual Windows XP because I use Linux and I don't feel like hooking up to my Windows 10 computer. Anyway, let's go. Reversing a route in BaseCamp. It's a common request where people will say, okay, I made a route. I want to just reverse the route so I can go from B to A instead of A to B. In my research, and I say this unfortunately, I have to use BaseCamp to do this. I tried to find a way doing this with OpenStreetMap, route planners. It just was not working out. It was not. So we're going to have to deal with BaseCamp once again, because as flawed as this software is, there are just some things it does really well. And before I get into that, I'll give you an example of this. You see this up here when I hover over this? As a matter of fact, I think that's an option somewhere. And I don't remember where it's at. Anyway, what I can do here is I can take this and what if I want west at the top? Now I have it. What if I want south at the top? Now I have it. What if I want to rotate the map? I can do that. And it's easy in BaseCamp. And to go back to a north up view, just click the N. Nice. Well, anyway, so in order to get the ability to reverse a route, we have to make a route. So I'm first going to go into a folder here, which I did from File, New, List folder. And then I'm just going to right click this. Or I could do File, New, List, like that. Then it's New List, fine. And I need to make some waypoints. I have already got some from Google Maps here, so I'm going to use these two. I'll start with this guy. This is the way that I do it in BaseCamp. You can do it however way you wish, but I get the coordinates, then I just put them in here, and this is how I do it. So, and if this looks weird, that this is Kate. This again, I use Linux, so that's Kate. Moving on. Copy this one first, and I'm just going to right click anywhere on the map, new waypoint, and then click the little 001, change this to these coordinates. It will automatically shrink them down to 5 places after the decimal, and I'm just going to rename this from 001 to A, and I will have it as just as a visual aid to myself. I think I'll do that as a green flag. Okay. Size that up a little bit. Oh, and I should note, this one I do know where it is. Edit options, measurement, there it is. I have it as latitude, longitude, decimal degrees. There's a bunch to choose from, but I use decimal degrees. Lat, lon, HDDD, point, DDDD degrees. And there is my point. I am zooming in with my mouse wheel. That is waypoint A. Let me get my other coordinate here. When I copy coordinates out of Google Maps, it makes them huge. And BaseCamp will shrink those down. It's okay. It's still just as accurate. So I copy this one, and I'm going to make another waypoint. Right click the map, new waypoint, click, rename this to B, and I'll have this as a red flag. Go in here, paste, and then I will double click it. There we go. And yes, that is where I want it to land. Okay, I have A and B. here to there. And I'm going to left click once on A and hold Shift, and left click once on B, so they are both highlighted over here, and right click and then create route using selected waypoints. Left click once. A to B. Now, if it for some reason said B to A, I can double click this and invert. Now that actually does reverse the route, but we'll get back to that in a second, because that's not a fix-all. It is not. You will see why. And that brings us to, A to B. Okay, by default it's using the driving profile. What I do is I click and I select none, because I want to customize my route options. And what I do here is I say, okay, I don't want toll roads, but do want everything else. So just avoid the tolls, allow everything else. And car, faster time, good enough. Go over the properties, recalculate just to be safe. Okay, there's my route. Now I'm going to customize this route. I have shown this before in other videos, but it pertains to this too. So let's show that. Close this first. Now right now I have the pan selected, P-A-N, pan, which is the hand. Now if you don't see this in yours, you can go to Tools and then Pan, or just press the letter H on your keyboard, because each one of these will say, okay, you press this key to do this. But I'm just showing you the menu way, because everybody has this menu in BaseCamp. So Tools, Pan, and it allows me to pan. And then I use my mouse wheel to zoom to about, this is about the resolution I want. Now I'm going to start to customize my route, and I do that with this icon, which you probably do not have on your menu bar here, but you can go to Tools and then where is it? Insert, or I. And then what I do is I click, well, I'm not clicked yet, but it's showing the A to B. Once I see that gray thing appear, I click, and now I am in route editing mode. So let's see if I can customize this a bit. Now at this point I'm using the arrow keys on my keyboard and the plus key to zoom and minus key to zoom out. So I don't have to do it with the mouse, because if I start clicking and dragging, it's going to modify the route. So this is BaseCamp. This is how we have to do things. So I will go over and left click here. Okay, down, 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 down. And I'm just going to make this weird on purpose, so you see all this weird stuff going on. It's just to make a custom route so you can get a better feel for it. Click that, zoom out. Yep, it's looking weird already. I like it. And then we'll go over here. Oh yeah, it's looking all sorts of nice and weird. And then over here. And oh yes, look how jacked up this is. Beautiful. I have a point to showing this. You'll see in a few minutes. Go there. And oh, what else can I do? Oh yeah, right here. Get nice and tight over here. And is that Welch? Yeah, that is Welch. There. Back up. Have a look. All nice and weird. Oh, especially over here. Look at that. Now, at this point, I can either press the letter H or go to Tools, Pan. And now see how my icon is now a hand, and now I can click and drag and do this again. Okay, so that is our route. Now if I click this, alright, see this? And if I invert, let's see what happens. Now that will switch from A to B to B to A, but will it follow the same path? No. See, this is what happens if you just try to do an invert, but we'll invert it back. Okay, so what do? How do we follow a route back from B to A? Well, we make another one, but with a little special trick, and that's what I'll show you now. So now what I'll do is I will left click B and then press the control key, hold, left click A, so it's just B to A, and I will right click B and say left click route, create route using selected waypoints. B to A. Now again it shows a little car, so I'm going to have to double click this and change that to none. And once again go through the same thing I did before. Avoid this, allow all that. Good. But there's one other thing that we're going to do. I'm going to change the route color to green. Hey, now this is looking a little different. Different enough to where I see both routes at the same time, but I know which one is which, because the default is magenta. So now we're changing it over to green. I could have it as another color like red, but I want green or yellow or any one of these, or even black. Yeah, that really sticks out, but we'll go back to green. Okay, now what I'm going to do is start from here, and I'm going to attempt to follow I will follow the magenta line back to where I was. So now I go to Tools, Insert. Okay, so there's the first one. I'm going to zoom in. Now I'm using the keyboard keys now. Now I know I can't go this way on this road. I can't do it. So I am going to go this way first. Oh, I forgot to click on it. Sorry. There it is. See the gray thing? I forgot a step. Click. There we go. Now I've got it. So we will start over. I think it's on this side. Yeah. And I'm going to attempt to, yeah, I can go here to here to here. So now I will go over yonder to here. Is it going to work? Yes. Okay. And now follow. Okay, I want to go follow the purple. Oh no, that's wrong. Edit, undo, because I got to go on this side of the road. You got to know this stuff. So we'll try this. Oh, I'm sorry, I got to click on the route again. Click. There we go. Click. There we go. So, and click. Yep. Okay, doing good so far. I'm just following along. Oh, okay, it's followed it. Yep, we're doing good, doing good. And where else? Oh, yep, it's following pretty good still. And just keep on going. If I see a deviation, I will accommodate for it. Okay, right here. So, click. Gotta click again. Yep. Follow. We go this way. Yep. And I go this way. And, oh, okay. Will it go here? It will. Oh, well, it has to go around the roundabout though. This is why you cannot do an exact reverse or an inversion, because you have to accommodate for stuff like this. But it is following along. Alright. See if we'll make it all the way back. Oh, we gotta go here. And then here. All right. And here. Oop, did it get a little weird there? It might have. Wait a minute, let's do an undo. Back up a little bit. Can I in fact go this way? I don't know. No, I cannot go. I have to go on this. Oh, I'd have to go all the way on this side. Ooh, could I? Well, let's give it a try. Oh, yep, seeing my line over there. Click. All right. So, couldn't do this, but might be able to do this? Oh, it does. Okay. And go here. All right. And see if I can go here. I can. Oh, all right. Follow, follow. Yep. And did it make it? Oh, it did make it. Okay. So then we zoom in. Yep. And it follows right where it's supposed to go. Okay. Tools, pan, and back up. And let's have a look. With little exception, I pretty much followed the whole thing. Okay. So that's A to B, and then B to A. And I was almost able to follow everything exactly so. But this is why you do things like this. Because if you want to go to, use an exact route from A to B and then B to A, well, sometimes you can't. And I just gave you a very good example why. And then I can take these, I can plug in my Garmin, and I can send these routes over to the Nuvi Drive or DriveSmart. Furthermore, what I can do at this point is I can take A, and I'm going to hold Control and click B, and then right click and delete. Now you don't have to do this, but I do, just to clean things up. You may not want to for yours, but I'm going to do it. And these will still hold. So now what I'll do is I'll just press F2. Actually, I'll just double click it and do it. And rename it as, let's go to Guitar Center. Okay. And then double click. Oops. Guitar Center to Frisco. Now these route line colors will not appear in the Nuvi Drive or DriveSmart. It will use whatever route line color is in the device. I just use this so I can see the difference between the two. And on a final note, yes, this is an annoying process. It just is. But there's really no other way to do it. I tried this using Google Maps. I tried this using Open Router. I tried this using several different tools. I'm like, can I just do A to B and B to A without too much hassle? Not using BaseCamp. The answer was no. There's hassle using any one of those other tools, or just outright I couldn't do it. But I can do it here in BaseCamp, even in Windows XP, even in an old version 4.2.5, and this will still work in the modern BaseCamp as well. So yeah, works. It's annoying, but that's how you do it. It works.